Good day, fellow captains. This is Connor, and welcome to Star Conflict. Star Conflict is a sci-fi spaceship shooter developed by Vigilant, the guys behind War Thunder, which is a pretty good game. Has its issues, well, has many issues, but for the most part, I enjoy it. And this game is, you see, this is a weird game because I've only put about 78 hours into it, and not all in one sitting. I mean, that's over the course of a couple of years. So I'm kind of confused about Star Conflict. I mean, it's clear it's another one of those free-to-play games that has many aspects to it where you can spend real money, and where you need to spend real money in some cases just to progress at any decent rate. Although I don't know a lot about this game and how bad its progression is without spending money, how bad it is in its freemium aspects, but you know what, that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to make a video on Star Conflict and to get myself invested. Oh, that gun there looks like the repeaters on the Jupiter Arms destroyers, doesn't it? It does actually look very similar. But anyway, before I get distracted, so to keep myself invested, I went and purchased basically this ship, the Invincible, which is a tier 8 Imperial destroyer, which is one of the largest classes of ship in the game, if not the largest. There are a couple of things I cannot see yet. So basically there are three factions. You've got the Empire, you've got what are these fellas called, the Federation, and you've got Jericho, which is just completely way out of the field considering how cliched these two are, the Empire and the Federation. But you've got these two little well, I would call them factions, but they're really not. Elydium, which is ships based on alien technology, and then you've got unique ships, where you can find unique ships with unique mechanics. And I don't have access to those two. So what I've decided to do is go through the Empire. Now I have played a bit, as you can see here. I got up to tier 10 on my own. Or not tier 10, sorry. No, God, only got the tier 4 on my own. But I just wanted to have a bit of a faster start, and I'm only really interested in capital ships. This game has interceptors, it has frigates. I mean, frigates by no means are small. I mean, look at the size of this thing. And this game gives you a really good idea of scale because you can see these little, what would you call them, maintenance workers? I mean, they look like scientists with lab coats, but you can just get a general idea of the scale. And this is a frigate. It doesn't seem like a frigate at all, at least in relation to sci-fi frigate size. Looks more like a frigate of, I mean, it doesn't even look as big as a frigate would be in this day and age, or does it? Maybe it does, but looks more like a corvette or even a large dropship. Huh, it's a bit odd. But yeah, I went and got the Invincible. So I wouldn't have been able to purchase this if not for my patrons and those of you who donate, so thank you very much. If you'd like to do so and support me, then you can do so by one of the links in the description below. But I mean, this is quite a large ship. I mean, a destroyer is not the largest ship in the fleet at all. In Jupiter Arms it is, but usually destroyers are smaller, faster, more agile ships that carry torpedoes and can deal heavy damage to larger ships, and their speed allows them to escape whenever they've done so. But look, it's a nice looking ship. I mean, it's a bit messy, there's a bit too much going on, and I suppose what I can do in this video is maybe jump into a quick, I don't know, mission. But I really just want to go over some of the other ships that are available. And yeah, just show them off really. So we'll only be covering larger ships today, because that's what I'm interested in, obviously. And, well, we have the Invincible. Now the next ship in the line of destroyers is the Brave. I do like the Brave. I do like the look of the Brave quite a bit. Look at that, even the colour scheme I like. It looks like some sort of futuristic submarine. Like, you know, Battleship Yamato, the anime. And how it's basically just the Yamato class battleship only in space. This kind of looks like a, maybe a steampunk, diesel punk submarine, only it's in space. And I really dig that. That looks really awesome. And one thing about Star Conflict that I like as well is while you're in the hangar, you can just use the left or the middle mouse button to drag around into whatever position you want, and then zoom in. I mean, look, you can see the bridge. You can see through the windows, god damn it. You can see through the goddamn window pane glass pane windows, whatever. You can see the consoles, you can even see the seats in some ships. And that's awesome. That is so cool. I wish you could do that in Dreadnought. I wish you could do that in Fractured Space even. In fact, you might be able to do it in Fractured Space. I don't know. God damn it, my memory's terrible. But the next and last ship in the destroyer line for the Empire is the Vigilant. And this is where it starts to get a little bit messy. I mean, it kind of looks like the previous one. Only it's not as rounded. It's more rigid in its design. It's got a few bay doors there on either side. But where do you see the other two factions? And please tell me I'm not the only one that sees this. So here is the Procyon or Procyon, whatever. Is it just me, or does that look really really messy? I mean, there's the bridge in the front. I'd get a front view, but you can kind of see how the sheen from the glass, the reflection kind of messes it up. Only partially, because it looks fine down here, but above that it's just weird. And yeah, it just looks off. It just, I don't know, I don't like the look of the Federation ships. Let's go to the next one down, which is the Antares. Okay, that looks pretty cool actually. The bridge is really, really open actually. Yeah, the bridge is ridiculously open to attack. Very vulnerable. But overall, I think this ship design is nicer than the previous one. And the last is the Sirius. Okay, that's not too bad. I like that. In fact, I don't think I've seen that before. Might have overlooked that one, but I like that quite a bit. The bridge is kind of like the Aquila Vector design. At least for Dreadnought, in that it's, you know, off to one side. Let me see if I can get a better angle there. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's so cool. You can even see one of the corridors leading probably into the innards of the ship. But the last faction, Jericho, now their ships kind of look like the Cybron from Supreme Commander. In that they're very what would the word be? Techno-ish? So here's the Archon. Yeah, it looks pretty lethal, but I just don't. I don't get the vibe really. This one I don't like at all. You can see in there the bridge. And lastly, the Tyrant. Now the Tyrant is awesome. Well, the name is the ship. I don't know. These look like smaller vessels, only enlarged. I mean, some of the textures as well just aren't that great. But you know, just as reference, let's take a look at the frigates, the line of frigates for the what were they called again? Jericho, isn't it? So here's a frigate, a long range design. Oh my god, it's the what do you call that? I can't remember, but there's a weapon in Destiny 2 that fires rockets, homing rockets from the forge, the black forge or whatever you call it. Looks pretty much like that. But that's not a really nice design. It looks kind of Borg in nature. Is that a frigate? That's an interceptor. Where's a frigate? Let's find ourselves a frigate. There's a frigate. Now do you see where I get the Cybron vibes from? Now, that doesn't look too bad. But it's kind of like mixed results when it comes to ships in this game, at least for me. We have a fighter here. Doesn't look too bad. But whereas in Dreadnought, where Jupiter Armors are my favourite faction, that doesn't mean Aquila Vector or Oberon are bad or look ugly in any way. But some of the ship designs in this are a bit, what? Why? They're a bit too cartoony for me, and that's fine. I mean, there's room for that. But yeah, it's probably why my interest in this game hasn't grown with the drought of games like this. Why this is one I'm kind of avoiding. But anyway, here are the modules available down here in the bottom right. Now, one of the modules is a blaster turret, so basically it's an automated defense turret. We have a module that basically boosts your shields for a time. This one, which is missiles, I'm not fully sure how this one works. It's an active module. launches homing missiles, seeking targets in a cone with a 25-degree angle. And then there's this one, the pyro emitter, which I just have no idea as to how that works. This special module allows me to rewrite power from different systems. Basically, the exact same way it works in Dreadnought. You know, power, weapons, engines, shields, that type of thing. This here deploys heavy repair drones. This is basically just an active passive type ability. Weapon heating rate reduced by 25.9%, so 26% basically. And then this weapon system here, which I can change out to the Halo launcher if I wanted to, but I don't want to because I really prefer this here. So it's nice that you have these options here, which is something you don't have in Dreadnought. The main weaponry in Dreadnought is locked. Now the secondaries aren't, but I mean, even the secondaries here, you can switch out which are the missiles. But anyway, you can as well customize the ship visually, but we're not getting into that today. Let's jump into a random mission here and just see what we can do. Now the missions tend to be fairly short, and most of them seem to be this captured dreadnought mission, which is fighting against pirates to secure a captured dreadnought, as the description says. But the combat's fun. I mean, the maps are overly bright. I would like them to be darker. I mean, I'm really nitpicking here. So far the gameplay has been fine, but like I keep saying over and over and over like a broken record, is that immersion is the most important thing to me in gaming. If I'm not immersed, I don't play it. Now immersion is not just artistically, if the game's crashing all the time, if there are issues with voice acting, if there are issues with art, then of course that's going to break my immersion too. But mainly I like to be immersed. I just do. Now let's see, you know what, usually it's been pretty easy so far, so let's pick level 8. We're going to bring in the Invincible. Now I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me here. Now, usually people do communicate to increase the level, but it doesn't seem that anyone is doing that, so we'll just go with whatever we've got at the moment, and we'll be in 2 seconds. Okay, so we need to secure this generator first, capture it. Let's increase the afterburner here. Oh, okay, pirates are coming in. Oh, it's an enemy frigate. Let's assign power to the weapons for the moment. Are there any remaining enemy forces? There are. Now the weapons in this thing, at least the main armament, remind me of the Leviathan in Fractured Space look. See how they start firing slowly, but then build up pace? It's pretty cool. Let's deploy our repair drones for our allies if they need it. And just take out the rest of these pirates. Okay, we're taking one hell of a pounding here. Let's engage our automatic defenses. There we go, awesome. Right. What else is there around here? Would be nice for a couple of pirate captains. Come on, just come to a complete standstill. Right, okay, we need to move on to the next generator. So bring ourselves about full. There we go. Take out that pirate captain. Pirate captain's being a more difficult enemy to take down than the Isle rabble. Another pirate captain. Let's see if we can use our missiles on him. Oh, we can. We just deploy them. Awesome. What is that? An automated defense turret? I don't know. Put the energy reserves into the engines there. Give us a bit of extra speed. Oh, he's a wee whippersnapper, him. Look at him. Avoiding all my shots until he died. Until he didn't. He avoided my shots until he didn't. So the maps and just the look of the game is very similar to Dreadnought. At least visually, the maps at least. Although I believe, no, I know for a fact Dreadnought's maps have in some areas a lot more detail on the ships sometimes. So if any of you guys play this and have any tips for me, especially when it comes to the map on the single player or PvE aspect of the game, I would really appreciate it, because I have no idea what's going on. For some reason I'm in at a planet or a zone where as soon as I spawn in I die, or well, I move around a bit and I die, but there is a mission there that I've got. Don't know how I got it. Like I said, I'm very new to the game. 78 hours in total playtime, and that's not over one sitting. That's over, well, a couple of years at least of logging in now and again, trying it out. We're gonna rotate or orient the ship properly. There we go. Right, now what do we have here? Okay, some of these, what are they, missile launchers? Let's deploy our repair drone. Switch to energy reserves to the shields. Come on, take them out. Now it looks like our team did go for a higher difficulty level on this. Not sure if my weapons are going to do anything to these shields. Oh, there's a big gun. Look at the size of that gun. It's almost half the size of my ship. Oh, there's another generator down there. Let's increase power here. I'll go and check it out. These guns aren't really pinpoint accurate, but they do the job. But I do like the idea of scale that you get in this game. What was firing at me? Oh, more guns. Captured flak. Let's increase shield regeneration. Come on. Oh, and by the way, something worth mentioning. Hard points or modules do visually appear on the ship, just like Dreadnought, which is cool. Kind of shocked that we hadn't already captured this. Oh, we almost captured it. Oh no, we didn't. We captured it just a little bit, but our team must have got distracted, or even got killed, got deaded. Come on. Deploy the repair drones. Oh look, green beam's the bullshit. It's a universal factor. The bullshit factor. What is he firing at? Oh, a pirate. Don't worry, I'll take him out now. There he goes. Another one bites the dust. The Hulks, they only have the last line of defense left. Destroy the anti-aircraft systems. Throw the pirates out of the system. By your command, my lord, I guess. Don't know if you're a lord, but I'll give you that bonus just for this mission. Holst, or whatever your name is. Captured missile turret, come on. I want to get there. Now, a similar problem that I have in Dreadnought, where if you play one of the Dreadnoughts, Monarch for example, you're a little bit late to the party all the time. Okay, that's a lot of pirate ships. Oh, I've activated my number 4, my big ability. My energy reserves are low though, and I do need to activate my repair drones. Come on, take out that warlord. Oh, that's a warlord, okay. Oh, that's one of the frigates then, so the warlords pop in on frigates, okay. Good to know. Come on. And the mission is done. As you can see, they're not that lengthy at all. They're pretty short, and then at the end of every match you get to pick some of these points that have random stuff on them. Usually it's just a trophy with credits, or you can get module components or something like that. Again, not fully up to up to date on how this game runs. But I think we leveled up again, which is nice, to hangar. And now we can level up. Gives us more stats. It's all good. Awesome. But there you go, guys. That's some, what's it called again? Star Conflict? I think that's the name of the game. I hope you enjoyed the video. That was the aim of the game. If you want to consider supporting the channel, then all I ask of you is to check out the links in the description below. That's all I ask. Enjoy whatever it is you're playing. Just as the video ends, I'd like to thank all my current patrons, all 7 of you. You're awesome. Thank you very much for your continued support. You're the ones that made this actual ship possible. And if you'd like to see more in the future, guys, then help out the current commanders over at Patreon or even via PayPal. And maybe I can get one of the other 2 of them, or even 2 of them, it depends. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Of course, like always, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.